Manatt-Dudus Commission of Enquiry bill soars. Contractor General clears former SCG official of alleged wrongdoing. And a look at provisions in the Charter of Rights. It will be costing Jamaican taxpayers significantly more to finance the Manatt-Dudus Commission of Enquiry. Prime Minister Bruce Golding told his parliamentary colleagues on March 22 that the bill for the Commission of Enquiry could double. The initial amount approved by government for the Commission of Enquiry was 37 million Jamaican dollars. Golding said the estimated cost to the taxpayer at the end of the inquiry could be approximately $78 million. However, the Prime Minister pointed out that the final cost to the public could not be determined until the inquiry is concluded. Cabinet had approved $24.1 million to cover the cost of legal representation for a number of public officials at the inquiry. Senior lawyers representing public officials are earning the same as Commission Chairman Emil George. The senior counsels are being paid US $350 or nearly 30,000 Jamaican dollars per hour. Junior lawyers are paid a little more than 21,000 Jamaican dollars per hour. This is the same amount paid to the other two commissioners. And the Prime Minister's legal representation is not being financed by the taxpayer. Golding says he took a personal decision that the cost of his legal representation would not be borne by Jamaicans. The Manatt-Dudus Commission of Enquiry was set up to examine the government's handling of the extradition request for Christopher Dudus Coke and the subsequent hiring of U.S. law firm Manatt, Phelps and Phillips. Contractor General Greg Christie on March 22 cleared a former official at the Sugar Company of Jamaica, the SCJ, and 3 companies of conspiring to defraud the SCJ. Prime Minister Bruce Golding had submitted documents to the Office of the Contractor General, the OCG, on September 3, 2009, in which serious allegations were made against the official and the companies. The documents highlighted specified transactions which were alleged to have been conducted and or negotiated with vendors or third parties based in Louisiana, Florida, and Jamaica. According to the documents tendered by Golding, the transactions allegedly involved fraudulent activities which were said to be related to the procurement of certain equipment by the SCJ. In a 117-page report tabled in Parliament on March 22, the Contractor General said, the OCG has not seen sufficient prima facie evidence to suggest that the named parties colluded and conspired to defraud the SCJ. On March 22, the House of Representatives passed the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms. This historic move by the lower house is a significant stride in the country's journey to replace Chapter 3 of the Jamaican Constitution. It has taken nearly 2 decades for the House to pass the Charter of Rights. The Senate will now debate the constitutional amendments. In this edition of the Parliament Report, we take a look at some of the provisions in the Charter of Rights. The protected rights and freedoms of Jamaicans include life, liberty, and the security of the person, freedom of thought, conscience, belief, and observance of religious and political doctrines, freedom of expression, the right to seek, receive, distribute, or disseminate information, opinions, and ideas through any media, the right to freedom of peaceful assembly and association, the right to freedom of movement, that is to say, the right of every Jamaican citizen to enter Jamaica and of every person lawfully in Jamaica to move around freely throughout the country, to reside in any part of Jamaica, and to leave the country, and the right to equality before the law. More in the next edition of the Parliament Report. That's how we conclude this edition of the Parliament Report. Thanks for logging on. Until the next bulletin, I'm Edmond Campbell saying, walk good.